We will, our today topic is an essay. You can see the quotation in a racist society, it is not enough to be non racist, but we must be anti racist. This is an important essay. You may not find this essay everywhere. I have made an effort only for you. So, hope you will enjoy. You will learn new things from the essay. So, you can see introduction, then racism in the wide perspective of man history, then causes lead to racism, then Islamophobia in the word leads to gap and problems. Then one paragraph may be there, Negro and lower caste phobia are the sources of prejudice among the races in the world. Impacts of the racism on the world's population. Are religions in favor of racism? What steps and measurement may be taken to uproot the racism and its related sub-branches? And then conclusion. Basically, this is an argumentative essay. And in argumentative essay, we have to give arguments. Okay. So in this essay, I have tried my best to give arguments as many as possible. And you will do the same thing. Okay. So there may be causes, there may be solution, whatever. Okay. So here you can see the introduction. The introduction. So this is PMS essay or CSS essay. This is not a normal essay. You can write if you are the student of master MA English BS. Okay, but basically this is a is for CSS and PMS. Okay, so let's start. This is the introduction. Okay, you will not do the same thing, but you have to get ideas. Okay, how to develop essay. Racism has been a burning issue among masses since unknown time in the history of the world. It has deepened its root through ages in different societies for different purposes. They may be political, religious, social, and economical. It has hurt the emotion and feelings of the people in general of one group or another and swallow the rights of the people of certain groups. You can see mighty words, human beings in particular all over the world, as it is a clear fact that the selfish people have no religion, no country, no society, but they only focus on achieving their desired goals by hatching plots and plans. But it is also true of the people with devoted heart and mind that they have never neglected the people and their intention relating to racism and its relevant destruction caused by it in the domain of life. Among them, the role of Angela Davis. This is the scholar who has coined the statement. A PhD scholar and an active anti-racist fellow are caught in a racist society. It is not enough to be non-racist, but we must be anti-racist. Is worth praising and appreciating. Her quote has become a famous adage. The philosophical adage has warned the people of all ages in general, and the people of the present time in particular. She knows the poisons and heinous crops cultivated in the past by men of Machiavellian mind, birth and hurt. The fruit of their planted tree can, no doubt, devastate the man in the street and benefit a few men with the help of theirs or their ancestor tapping traps. Important line. Have been made to cage the common men of the same society of which they are themselves dwellers. This is strange how a man is superior to other men of the same society. are men can inferior to other men in the same society. So this is important. Okay, the scientific approach and the spiritual dogma reject the action and reaction in the racial of the racialism ever in the world. Davis is quite right in her claim that there may be no racism, but the people will be anti-racism. It means the root of racism should be cut before it grows and spreads in the mind, blood, veins, and nerves of the people. So, this is very important. It was your introduction, and I have accepted the statements. So, I will give argument in favor because my stance. Okay, so I got it positively, and I shall give argument. It means I shall support the I shall support the stance or the statement. So you can see the word, the method, how I have developed. The next, you can see the color change. This is the new paragraph. The concept of racism is as old as human being and his existence on the earth is one form or in another. The racism also called racialism. They believe that humans may be divided into separate and exclusive biological entities called races. There is a causal link between inherited physical traits and traits of personality, intellect, morality, and other cultural and behavioral features of that same races are innately superior to other. The term is also applied to political, economic, or legal institutions and systems that engage in or perpetuate discrimination on the basis of race or otherwise reinforce racial inequality in wealth and income, education, health, care, civil rights, and other races area. The history of the word shows the deepened and strong root of the ever racism or racism also right and its impact on the ongoing society. The history of the Israelites and the Pharaoh and Palestinians or Palestines are of the example that shook the mind of the freed people and shocked the men with humanistic heart. Their racism was solely based on pride and arrogance, and their behavior toward Israelites was like Satan's toward Adam in the heaven. So these are the word. Beside it, the culture and the custom of keeping slaves bring a new chapter to our mind in the Arab stratum and in the world of Western civilization. But the mighty phase in racism took place when in America and South Africa the discrimination among the races took a lengthy, barbarous, and never ending path of racism. In America, Africa, Europe, and ever in the Muslim world, the racism or racism both are correct and the gender inequality seemed to be seeping with full swing. Such condition made the people step forward to do research and find out the real data regarding race problem, its impact on the masses. The example of Nazi party who wanted to put an end to the Jews is the modern example of racism in the modern era. The racism brought about war and its not bearable threats to the world in North America and apartheid era in South Africa are the example of the modern racial activities. Beside it in India, Pakistan, Afghanistan, and other countries, a different kind of racism roots may be found, but the Civil War and movement against racism in America, Australia, Canada, and South Africa awoke the men of the letter and justice after time to time to raise voice against the human beings who want to engulf the sources and resources in the name of so-called racialism. So this was another paragraph which was very interesting and I hope you will enjoy and you will learn new things. Then look here, one more idea. To catch their political advantages, the people left no stone unturned and don't leave any and miss any opportunity to pacify the taste of their luring desire at the cost of the humiliation and degradation of the other. They consider themselves to be superior to others in the same society. They want to hold high status and esteem in the society. They keep the people of the proper rank under pressure in the society. The example is vivid in Europe, America, Africa, and Asia. Among the politicians, those who have a strong racial background are enjoying life fully, holding posts of the high rank, possess properties more than the whole community. They govern the country in one way or another. They have monopolized the whole political regime not only in Western but also in the Asia, but built vividly. To get political power, the so-called upper class try to put down the moral of the men of the lower rank ever in the world. Not only in politics do the people show their upper hand and power, but also in the social domain of life. They have kept the people who are weak in the domain of life under their control as well as the economy of the country where they live. In America, Europe, Africa, certain people enjoy life certainly, and certain who have the lower family background are kept under pressure. They are being kept to their lower rank and status. They are not considered to be the race of the same genes and species. Their culture, customs, way of living are totally different. Their sources almost depend upon the so-called upper class. So this was one more very important, very good. Then similarly, the social matters are also of black in Africa and America are as different as of animals in the jungle. The social distinction is not limited to Europe and America. In our country, the social discrimination is in full swing. In Karachi, Lahore, Peshawar, Quetta, Islamabad, where mummy and daddy live, they enjoy all facility, whereas the areas where poor people, they are deprived of basic rights. Yet we claim that we are the citizens of 21st century. We are free people. No one is free from racism and bad effect ever in the world. Furthermore, the domain of the holy concept, the religion has also become the victim of racism and gender inequality. Certain figures have dominated the area, however, whenever and whatever they need, they can do. In Hinduism, Christianity, Judaism, even in Islam, they made classes for their certain desires and divide the people into different categories. The caste system in Hinduism, the patriarchal system in Islam are the danger zone from which the holy name of humanity is facing certain threat. These causes can devastate and cause problem ever in the world. Very important, good, excellent, excellent. No religion of the world favor racism, but the men of selfish nature always try to open one issue or another. Hardly was the issue of black and white settled when the issue of Islamophobia took place after the 9/11 incident. Basically, the poison of Islamophobia were already there in the mind of prejudiced member of Western civilization. The term was coined by in the early 20th century. After that time, the racialist Europeans started a new chapter of hatred against Muslim and grew the trees of hatred as they planted against black people in their corresponding constituency. The society where the Muslim and other communities live. There they narrowed the broad word for the innocent people. This racialism may bring restlessness and anxiety among people. So this is also very important. Then the next, okay, in Europe, India, Pakistan, America, Africa, and other countries where people live in mixed society, the mindset of the people is made to believe only in caste or race system. In Pakistan, in Karachi, the people belong to different races. They create gaps and create problem. In the same way in India, the people live in mixed setup, religiously or racially different from each other. They don't afford each other and cause social, political, religious, economic problem. In addition, the Negroes are the vivid example. They are considered to be the inhabitant of the different planet. This gap is a door to an everlasting prejudice and enmity everywhere in the world. Besides the prejudice, government also support the mighty and authoritative. As a result, the laws are violated and the people become anti-state and society. So this is very important. Racialism is a curse. It has been shaking the strong roots of the heavy world building in all aspects of life. It brings individual issues with it. It makes men violate the laws of the state, do social harm, do wrong to the people and also to the state. In addition, it shapes the political caricature of a society. It can disturb the health, the family wings, the economy, and shut the whole structure of a country may be deteriorated. So these are the effects. Then the next one is the the racism is the in the eyes of racism also correct. The racism in the eyes of all religions ever in the world is a heinous action and behavior. You can find some quotation, some arguments. Okay, it disturbs the stratum of life, and whenever any problem created by it is not liked by God of Almighty. It means God of Almighty doesn't like racism. All religions, Islam, Christianity, Hinduism, Judaism, Sikhism, and so many other religions strictly condemn the concept of racialism. The life of Buddha or Buddhists show that there was no discrimination among the people in Buddhism. In the same way, in the Bible, as far as racialism is concerned, the concept of Islam is vivid and appreciable. God of Almighty claims the Holy Quran in clear words, O mankind, fear you, your Lord, who initiated your creation from a single soul, then from it created its mate, and from those from these two spread countless men and women. So this is a verse from the Holy Quran. The verse of the Holy Quran clearly said that there is no place in the world for racialism and racism and gender inequality are strictly prohibited. In the same way, the teaching of the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, are also not in favor of racism. As from his life it is clear, according to the teaching of Bible, that every human person is created in the divine image of God. Therefore, the people should be anti-racist and they should condemn racialism in all aspects of life. Any kind of negative prejudice toward another on the basis of how he or she was created and pick an anathema for Judaism. All holy men ever occurred in the world were against negative racialism. The above given arguments show that racialism is an offensive action. It causes degradation. It is just source of pride and prejudice. Okay. Then the next one, the prompt steps should be taken to reduce or lessen the vigor of the racism among the masses. In this regard, the role of the media should be positive. Similarly, the role of the religions and religious men can play a vital role in the diminishing of the anti-human activity that bring chaos and prejudice. The pride and prejudice can be the source of disturbance in all walk of life. The role of educational institute is also important to remove the monster of hate and the cause of war, civil disobedience, social and moral degradation. Then the next one, to be anti-racism is the voice of the day. It is the path to everlasting peace, love, harmony among the masses, but in contrary, if it was not controlled, it can devastate the good name of humanity as it happened in the past. Almost all small and big issues, mostly on the basis of this never negligible pact. So you can say anti-racism is the voice of the day. So if we are anti-racist, then peace may be there, harmony may be there, love may be there. Okay. Then, but this is regarding positive in the negative. Okay. So look here. The next one is its emotional, physical, financial, social effects are obvious. Therefore, the men of letter like Angela Davis constantly made effort to dismiss the trend of racism across the world. Other and she know the fact that the world is a funny place and its life is a fun if rightly channelized. But she knows that racism hampers the people to enjoy the heavenly life of world. She is 100% right in her saying that in a racial society, it is not enough to be non racialist, but we must be anti racism. Let's say no to negative racism for the sake of humans and humanity and work shoulder by shoulder with those who promote positivism and weaken the hold of negativism. You can see this is very important essay as far as the structure is concerned, as far as subject matter is concerned. I hope you will watch the video from the beginning till the end. Try to note, try to understand how to develop essays. Okay. Thank you very much.